found the logbooks rooting around in the attic, as I'm often found doing at Switchboard, and I came across these books which were falling apart, pages everywhere, and opened one up and it had this note from like 1975 in it, and I just was completely drawn in. And we took the archive to Bishopsgate Institute, and then I spent a couple of years reading the logbooks and cataloguing them, and it's just the best book I've ever read. I know these two will agree with me. It's, you're laughing one minute, you're crying the next. It's our history, and I've never really felt that before, that insight. It was really quite an incredible experience. And then I was presenting the findings of some of the work I've been doing on the logbooks. That's where I met Adam.
And if you go into the place in the Bishopsgate Institute where the archive items are held, you will find stacks and stacks of grey and silver boxes, each containing several logbooks from 1974 to 2003. They're all held there from the charity, and they are A4, they are tatty. They have got lots of things stapled and sellotaped into them. They've got 100 different people's handwriting in them. Maybe you can read 60% of it. They've got all sorts of like doodles and notes and drawings, and they really cover all of these amazing stories, these amazing calls that people made to Switchboard. Really, almost people made to Switchboard help. And so it's a real chronicle, actually, in this very sort of tatty tapestry of Britain's history.
They're stories in themselves, and each individual story could be like hours and hours of episode, because there's just so much there. And that's one of the hardest things that we have to do, is to work out what our episodes are going to be about and try and sort of put a time limit on them. Tash and Adam spend approximately 3 years every couple of months going through the logbooks, through all of the archive material from a certain time period that we're focusing on, and see what the themes are that really jump out to us. And it sounds a bit crass to call it themes, because these are people's lives and lived experiences, but that's the sort of audio speak. But we look at what was going on, what were the really big significant movements, changes, challenges within a certain time frame and for particular communities. So in the season that we're looking at now, if we take, HIV and AIDS as a huge devastating aspect that really blew through the LGBTQ+ community, through the calls of Switchboard and the logbooks that we've got an absolutely incredible archive of how it affected all of these different communities within the LGBTQ+ community. So how lesbians were sort of drawn to the front line to help their siblings who were diagnosed with AIDS, and how the community rallied together with the logbooks, really just like make it clear that at the end of the day we are all one group and we're all one family.